Historical context: Indigenous peoples. Toronto has been home to many Indigenous peoples who hunted and gathered. In the 1660s, Anishinaabe people, the Huron-Wendat, the Toon First Nations, the Seneca, Mississauga of the Credit, Iroquois Confederacy, and the Confederacy of the Ojibwe inhabited a vast territory and was the subject of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the Iroquois Confederacy and the Confederacy of the Ojibwe and allied nations to peacefully share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. A five-nation Iroquois Seneca village was located along the Toronto Carrying Place Trail and was called Tiohtià:ke and was located on the east bank of the Humber River near the current community of Baby Point. This village was established sometime between the 1660s or 1670s and was the Iroquois trading villages that planted the very first seeds of modern Toronto. The name Toronto derives from the Iroquois word Takaronto, which means place where trees stand in the water. An Indigenous person will be using a mobility scooter to take us on a modern journey of the past. These journeys by Light Blue Sky is in memory of his mother. May our journeys continue together. How activists saved Toronto streetcars. While Toronto had the largest streetcar fleet in North America in the late 1960s, the TTC was focused on abandoning its streetcar network. In 1969, the TTC had a plan to convert the network to buses and trolleybuses by the early 1980s, with St. Clair being the first route scheduled to be abandoned. However, in the early 1970s, a group of community activists formed Streetcars for Toronto and lobbied the TTC and City Council to retain and modernize its streetcar system. They focused on producing a report highlighting the economic, social, engineering, and planning benefits of streetcars, particularly on busy lines. The report argued that more buses would be required on streetcar lines due to the extra cost of more buses and operators. Streetcars for Toronto released its report called A Brief for the Retention of Streetcar Service in Toronto 3 weeks before the TTC meeting on November 7, 1972. In 2022, the streetcar network carried over 180,000 riders per day. This group's actions made it possible to continue and expand Toronto's streetcar network. I hope you enjoyed this video of transit history by Transit Mobile Scooter. Video and editing by Darren Parberry. Narration in this series by James Bowe and Darren Parberry. Thank you to Transit Toronto, Old Time Trains, and the City of Toronto Archives for research material. Rehab Medical for scooter maintenance. Etta Wright for opening background photo. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.